with Chaz and Norman. Chaz and Norman of the Blockheads, and the special guest backing singer. Nice to meet you, Phill Jupitus. Okay, right, very simple questions. There I know, I remembered all names, that's it. Let's go home now then. Quick one, we're ahead. Is there like particular tracks that the crowd always demand from you?
Yeah, like Sex and Drugs and Hit Me.
Bit of Ricky Dicky.
Bit of Ricky Dicky's always popular.
Clever Trevor.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, we don't do that. I know, but I mean, they used to ask for it a lot.
They demand it, but they never get it. Yeah.
Best bet.
Yeah.
So
but there'll be a lot of new stuff as well with them.
Alright, yeah.
Sweet Gene Vincent.
That's an old one, yeah, they always want.
Yeah, because
we give them all the old ones as well. But we're sort of also...
And Phil's singing that tonight, Sweet
Yeah,
Gene.
he's going to sing a few.
Does a great rendition of it.
Yeah, because Robbie Williams sang it on the recent tribute album, Brand New Boots and Panties. It's in the shops now, go buy it. And Robbie's sadly not available.
Yeah. Yours is his favourite version, isn't it? He likes yours more than anybody.
Apparently. So this is the new album then?
It's it's in the shops now. It's the tribute album that came out, and there's it was basically it's a re-recording of New Boots and Panties, the first album, and there's Robbie's on it, Paul McCartney. I don't know if you know his work. Young lad from Liverpool. Keris from Catatonia, Grant from Feeder.
I mean, there was loads of people on it, but we couldn't get Phil. He's not on it. You know what I mean?
I'm available for live gigs, but these pop stars, it tends to be where
somehow they forget
you phone Robbie Williams and say, "We're doing a bully in Oxford, Robbie. Any chance?" And he goes, "Call Phil. I'm busy."
Yeah. That's exactly right.
So you're just literally the backup then? Is it for just the night or
the
not?
man in the number 12 shirt?
Yeah.
And I've done a few
Special
gigs,
reserve.
with the Blockheads, and having been a fan,
he knows all the words as well.
I keep waiting for
That's
them
always
to
handy, frankly.
I keep waiting for them to invite Jimmy Savile to the gig to present me with a badge, because it does feel like that every time I'm on with them. Young man, well done. You sang with the Blockheads. You see, well done.
So you were like a huge fan when they were
Yeah. I went to see them. First time I saw them live was on the release of the album Do It Yourself at Michael Sobel Centre in Islington. I did a couple of Christmas gigs and missed the last train home.
Singing fucking Ada at the end.
Oh, well, yeah. We all waited around for the swearing song, and they did it, and then we realised we missed our train. So then we actually went, we missed our train. That's kind of life came full circle for me there.
Life would be taken off.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The irony was hanging heavy in the air.
Right, sorry, bring the tone down a bit. But Ian Jury, unfortunately.
Sorry, mate.
Was that Mikey? I was going to say. Oh, it's a bit airy, right, okay, and as you say, unfortunately Ian Jury passed away earlier this year, which is a great shame. But how does it feel now, touring without him being there?
The first couple of gigs was a bit strange, but it was all right, because like I said, we had loads of friends come and stand in and just take a song and things, and then Dingles was the first gig we did. We only had, it was only you around on that one.
Yeah.
And what we found with the new songs, the audience seemed to like the new stuff, and they haven't even heard it yet. And that gave us a great buzz. So we got them out of the way, and then we just started playing all the old stuff, and Phil helped us out, and it went down great. So.
It was a turning point in our lives, that gig, wasn't it? I mean, it was our first gig without Ian, and for me, I'd never really been nervous before, Ian doing a Blockheads gig, but that gig I remember, really being very nervous.
Yeah.
It was like we had to get through that first gig on our own, and after it felt amazing. It felt like a cathartic experience, and Phil with us, it's just like, I could hear Ian just going, go on, go on, do it, boys. Yeah, find your own ground, find your own space. I'm here in spirit, and that, I'll always be here in spirit with you. And, that's why we're all here today, and it's so easy, just us, it's just like being with your mates, really. And you get to play as well.
Yeah, the party carries on, sort of thing. Yeah.
It's like you say, it's what you would have wanted, really.
I mean, definitely for the band to carry on. I know it's what the fans, the website, because it was weird, but having the internet as a tool, the Blockheads actually canvassed the fans. They said, we can't, it's almost like we're a bit of a loss what to do. Should we carry on? And the response was just overwhelming. Just keep doing it. And the new material, that's what from my point of view, it's very gratifying. The new songs are just fantastic. That's my favourite bit of the gig before I have to come up at the end and lower the tone. You're seeing all the new stuff being sung, you know.
We've got an album coming
You'll
out.
Find Me and
Yeah,
all those
we've got an
numbers.
album coming out the October this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the last Ian and the Blockheads album. 10 more turnips from the tip.
And there's 6. yeah.
It
Sounds like an intro
It is,
kind of
though, but
title.
there's 8 songs with Ian singing, one with Robbie Williams singing, and one with the
Me.
Blockheads.
Me.
Yeah, Chaz and the Block singing.
The song I wrote with Ian, you know, before he passed on. And, you know, I sang on the demo, you know, for Ian. He went, oh, lovely, great, you know, yeah, I like that song, we'll do that, I'll be on the next album. And then he carried on, leaving me to sing it, you know. So I was sort of like, by default, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the magic's still there with all the lyrics, because it's the lyric writing.
Well, it is lyrics.
It's superb,
Yeah, he
isn't
done all the lyrics to them, yeah, so it's still there.
God, totally unique
Brilliant.
style,
Brilliant.
really.
The thing is that Ian's style of writing, it's if you study it, you know, and you're a fan and you know it, it's a very loose, free. He took astonishing liberties with the language, and I think our musical heritage is the richer for it. And it's certainly, if you're around him enough, you can't help but it rub off on you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we did this interview the other day with Hugh Cornwall, and he was saying about lyric writing and how important it is now, like the poetry and everything else. So now it seems to be dropping away now with like the up and coming younger bands. The lyric writing isn't as strong.
Well, you do wonder, you know. I mean, it's you know. I mean, 2000 was a terrible year because not only did we lose Ian, but also Kirsty MacColl, who was playing a similar, you know,
Another great
creative
lyricist.
furrows.
Yeah, great
Lyrics
lyricist.
were key to it, and you know, to lose 2 of the best lyricists in music in the same year is you know, artistically a terrible tragedy to all of us, you know, who knew both of them. And you know, Kirsty did the gig with the Blockheads, the last gig, Ian's last gig.
That
It
was
was
Ian's
Palladium,
last one, the
you know.
Palladium, yeah, she was on.
So that added another sort of dimension of tragedy to the whole thing, really.
Definitely, yeah. To lose, as you say, both in the same era, kind of that
Yeah.
12 months.
But,
That was,
you do wonder, you know, looking at. I'm not doing these kids down that are in these bands, but there's a different. The singles chart has just changed the way that music's put together now. There's very few bands around anymore. It's just these kids out of drama school. I blame line dancing and karaoke.
Yeah.
which is
know.
why you're doing it tonight, Frank.
Yeah.
It's caught up with you. That's
Yeah, but I'm